There are things that we experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in a corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us, share your story, share your evidence, because this isn't just your story, this is our story. This is GhostBox.
Hey everybody, happy Sunday. Welcome to GhostBox Live. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very, very much for joining me tonight. I hope everyone's been having a great week and whatnot. Before we get any further, can I just ask, every week we do the crossing over of spirits and whatnot, and we use energy to make those intentions happen. What I'm asking for right now is for our prayer warriors and other people to please focus some energy for a friend who is ill at the moment, needs our help, just needs some positive energy. It will get its way to him. Just ask for positive energy to go for this person, and so that he can get the healing that he needs. Okay. And I'm asking that as a friend, if you would take a moment and do that. With that, you need to ground, have both feet on the ground, and just focus on that for me, please. And doing so, we just want to make sure everybody who needs healing can get it, okay? It doesn't take much, does it, for us to be able to offer that? So I'm asking that if you would do that for me, please. And we'll just have a moment to do that. And now, just if you wouldn't mind keeping that going the whole time. Let's see here. There's a number of people here already, and thank you all so very much for joining in tonight. This is really exciting. Lots of things I want to do tonight, and one of the things that I want to focus on, first of all, I'm not going to promise this every week, but I went through Spirit Box recordings from last week. I want to play a few things, play some files for you, if that's all right. And that would be just a way so that we can kind of go over some of the stuff we got last week. There's some really interesting things in there. What I'm going to play is not the entirety of what we got, but there's some that I thought was really, really interesting, and I want to be able to do so. Once again, lots of people coming through here. Thank you so much for joining in tonight. I really do appreciate it. I say this every week. This is my favorite thing to do. I absolutely love doing these, and I love talking to you all. And it's nice to see you, Tim. Thank you very much for joining in. I hope that this is worth your time, and that you find something interesting here. Being a first timer here, I don't know what you know about it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use paranormal equipment as a spirit box to reach out to loved ones who have passed, and any other spirits that want to come through. So I want to definitely do that. A couple things I want to go through real fast. Number one, as always, please consider sharing this video. It's great to be able to get as much intention as possible. For example, when we're asking for our friend to get healing energy, the more the merrier when it comes to intention, right? I'm feeling energy, folks, tonight. I think that we're going to have a good night. So, obviously I don't want to ruin things by saying that and then jinx them, but here we are. Also, and just making sure that nothing is going on yet. We'll come back to that in a second. Also, if you'd consider putting a little money towards Patreon, you don't have to by any stretch of the imagination. There's been a number of people, not a number, I really don't want to oversell that, but there's been some folks who've been very kind to put a little bit towards what I do. And all this does is help pay for, a couple different hosting things and whatever else. And it keeps me honest, keeps me off the streets. You know what I'm saying? So that is really, really important. Another thing is Save Waverly Hills. We talk about this every week now. Go to savewaverlyhills.com. I have some recordings that are attached to this tonight that I want to play that I think is really interesting. And I ran them past Ernie and Denise first, just to make sure that I wasn't, totally high. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Save Waverly Hills. There's bad stuff going on there. The owners don't have really ownership of it anymore. There's technically still owners, but there's something else at play there with a board of directors that are really abusing their power. And what we need is for them, the owners, to be able to legally fight this, and they're doing their best. We ask people to go to Save Waverly Hills, sign a petition, be able to maybe put a little money towards that also. I'm asking people to put a lot of money into stuff tonight, but I feel like if you're going to choose between the Patreon and Save Waverly Hills, please put it towards Save Waverly Hills. And they have stuff there to buy also, where the proceeds goes to the legal fees, but there's cool shirts and other wonderful things. So please check it out. And also please share this URL to other places that you visit and whatnot. The word needs to get out on this. Okay. Thank you very much. Also, a friend of mine, Christy, she got some emergency paranormal gear made for her. And it just reminded me, I need to promote Jesse here with D'sGhost.com. I actually have a spirit box from him that I've yet to use, because that's how I roll. I have a ton of stuff and I hardly ever use it. And I have a plan for this, actually. It's a really cool box. And that's kind of an announcement I want to make. Starting on March 1st, I am going to be doing a second night of GhostBox Live, and it's going to be called tentatively. It's not going to be called tentatively, in case you got confused, but it's going to be called GhostBox Live Experimental Sessions. This is going to be a very different thing than what we do. Sunday nights is about love and light. It's about reaching out to loved ones. I'm not saying we're not doing love and light for this Tuesday night show, but what we are going to do is we're going to reach out to specific people. We're going to try different things. We're going to do stuff that may not translate all that well on lives, and we're going to only know that if we try it out. It's going to be one of those things where I'm going to start using different gear and whatnot that I don't normally use on here. So, this is going to be a very different sort of thing. And it's going to be, like I said, experimental in the sense that we're going to try some stuff that I don't know if I've seen a lot on lives and whatnot. So I'm really excited about that. We're going to be on the It's Haunted Network, as well as Things. And it's going to be 10 p.m. on Tuesday night, starting March 1st. Of course, right away, there's going to be a break because I'm going to Belize. But the point is that we're going to have this really cool attempt at doing something very specific, and so it does not interfere with the reaching out to loved ones and other things through this program. So please, I will share more when I get to it. It should be really interesting. Okay, I'm just going back to the comments here, seeing if anyone hates me. Let's see, not yet. Okay, good. Always nice to see. And so why don't we do a couple other things here real fast? And it's D'sGhost.com. And we just reached out to Jesse on like one day, and next thing you know, he built a whole new thing for her. And it's going to be, she sent me a video of it. It's really sweet. And it's cool. I have a number of things from him. I need to buy more. That's just the way it is. I'm currently not working, so I don't make money, but yet I decide I'm going to spend it all on like stuff from him. So that's how it works. That's how it goes. Should we listen to some recordings that we got last week? No, we shouldn't, because there's a couple other things I want to talk about first real fast. Next week, first of all, today on GhostBox Radio, we had an amazing guest with Karen A. Dahlman talking about Ouija boards. Just an amazing program, and a very fresh perspective, in my view, towards Ouija boards. And as you know, I have my own that I use. It's a 100-year-old board. So please go to am950.com. There is ways to download it. Take a listen. It's really interesting. Very interesting stuff. Next week, a week from today, I am going to have on Christy. I'm going to have Aaron. We went to Gettysburg in July, and we had quite the interesting trip. And it started before I got there. Quite honestly, they had been investigating a couple days before I even got there, and we're gonna just talk about what we experienced. If you haven't been to Gettysburg, check it out. It truly is really something else. I've never been anywhere like it. I've never experienced anything like it, and I don't even mean that on a necessarily a paranormal level. I mean, energetically, I've never really experienced a place like that, and we're going to talk about that a week from today. And then I'm off on some trips because I'm going to be out in West Virginia for dinner with the ghost, and the Wraith Chasers are going to be there, and it's going to be a crazy couple weeks, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm really hoping that I can do this from like on Sunday. I don't know which day it would be. Was that the 12th? Do our GhostBox Live from the Octagon Mansion in West Virginia, in Wytheville, West Virginia. If I can pull it off, that would be amazing, because that place is amazing. So we have all that and so much more. So that's really all I have to say about that. Once again, going through comments, that's one perspective. I will give you that. Let's see here. Let's do some spirit box stuff. Let's do some recordings and what I went through. First of all, as I mentioned, if you remember the session last week, I had reached out to Sarah from Waverly Hills, and I had done so because we were talking about waverlyhills.com, savewaverlyhills.com, excuse me. And we believe that we had Sarah here before, and Denise and Ernie had been here. That's a very, I don't know necessarily private, but a very personal experience that they had with her. And that's what happens when we do this. A lot of us end up having these wonderful personal experiences with spirit. So I think I got two things from Sarah last week, okay? And it's all a bit wonky in how I play this, so, forgive me. The first is, I believe we got her name once. I think we got it twice, but what I'm going to play is the most clear, and it's going to be played 3 times in a row, and then I'll probably play it a second time. But I know that I'm leading you all when I tell you what you're going to hear, but we're going to be here for until Monday if I don't do it this way. I just want to share some of the stuff we got. So this is where I believe I got Sarah's name, and this is 3 times in a row. Okay, here we go. Doesn't that just zoom through like a rocket? In the future, I'm going to put some breaks in there. I'm going to play it again. And maybe next time I'll even slow it down. When I play it for myself, it's like, oh, no problem. When I'm playing it in front of all you folks, it sounds like it's just vroom, vroom, vroom. So let's try it again. I'm going to play it a couple more times too. So here we go. And one more time. To me, that's her name coming through. Now, what I also get was that I sent it to Denise. I didn't bother with Ernie because I don't even know if he knows how to read. So why send him a message if he doesn't know how to read, right? Or write. So I sent it to Denise, and what she just said here is what she had said to me. So that was really, that was nice to hear. And yes, all these are truthful statements that are being made. So I think I got her again. And what I do when God, that scared me. That was the obelisk that went off. Soccer was what came through. What I do sometimes is I just like to reinforce stuff like, I hope you know that we love you, that sort of thing. My big thing with spirit is that they think that we don't remember them. So I said to spirit, I asked her, because we're talking with Sarah, I said, I think something like, I hope you know that you're loved, something like that. And I believe that she responded with, I know. Here we go. I hope you know that you are loved. And again. I hope you know that you are loved. Now, when we listen to this one more time, I believe there's another voice in there. And did you hear it? It's, I hope you know that you are loved. And I think a male actually says, I do. And then her voice, I know. So take a listen up, maybe play it a couple more times. I hope you know that you are loved. One more time. I hope you know that you are loved. So that's interesting. We also, remember last week we got Annie, right? We had Annie that came through. This is, in my opinion, super, super clear of her saying, I'm Annie. Take a listen.
I'm Annie.
Again?
I'm Annie. I'm Annie.
To me, that is very, and what I love about that is that it's so, the words are so precise in it. And keep in mind, you're doing a radio, going through frequencies super, super, super fast. To get that, to me, that's what floats above the scan. That's what I always say, it floats above. So we got another name too, which I like. We'll play this 3 times in a row.
Juliet. Juliet. Juliet.
Isn't it great that after every time my face just appears? So that's interesting. First of all, I'm Annie. That's 3 syllables. On a scan that's going through, that's pretty incredible. So you have I'm Annie, Juliet, Juliet. That's 3 syllables again. And it's some gentleman saying her name. That to me is pretty interesting. Now, remember also last week, I thought I heard my name and then my sister's name, Tracy. Well, write it down in the books. For once, I was incorrect, and my name did not appear anywhere in that segment, but hers did. And take a listen.
Almost sound like, hey, Greg.
Tracy.
Again.
Almost sound like, hey, Greg.
Tracy.
One more time.
Almost sound like, hey, Greg.
Tracy.
Now, my sister was wondering, it's like, it doesn't sound like my mom, and I don't know who it is. I don't know if it is our mom or not, but somebody was saying, hi, Tracy. And I thought that was really neat.
Almost sound like, hey, Greg.
Tracy.
This one's a little interesting. You're going to hear a spirit say, the boy paralyzed. Okay? The boy paralyzed. And what's interesting about this also is that especially paralyzed is so well defined in this recording. Take a listen.
Paralyzed.
Again.
Paralyzed.
One more time.
Paralyzed.
So, okay. What is that? What does that mean? And remember, folks, this was from a week ago. So this was, if you were here with me a week ago, this was happening while we were doing our spirit box session, okay? So that's in. One more. This one's interesting. And it's a couple voices, but I think it's a complete sentence. These are always up to interpretation. So, and I haven't been watching the comments. So if people are like, it doesn't sound anything like it, it's stupid, whatever. So be it. That's fair. I mean, this is up for interpretation. When I say what I think this is, it does not mean that that's what it is. This is my interpretation, okay? There is a kind of a soulful voice. It says, who shot? And then you hear me. So is it who shot me? And of course, I blunder through. I can't tell you how many times I've listened to stuff and I'm hearing my voice instead of what should be underneath the spirit. But that's just how it works. But seriously, there is, it's who shot me, okay? So take a listen.
Wow.
Again.
Wow.
One more time.
Wow.
I don't know. Really interesting, isn't it? Very interesting. So I'm just kind of I'm just going through some comments real fast. Just want to make sure uh, it's a lot of you folks are really interested in this, and I really appreciate this very much. Um, it was a big football night. Yes, it was. So let's see here. Just seeing. Let's see here. So, yes, what do you all think of that? That seemed pretty interesting, right? Anything you wanted to rehear, let me know, okay? Once again, I can't promise I can do this every week, but I really enjoy it, and I think it's only fair wherever possible that we can go through stuff and listen, because it is kind of unfair that we ask spirits talk to us, and then we don't listen. Me, right? So I'm going to do my best. It's tough. There was about what, 40 minutes of recording we did of Spirit Box. So it took me about, total with putting it all together, like another 4 hours, because it takes a while to go through stuff. So it's not like, oh, woe is me. It's more like if I have the time, and I'm trying to make the time for it. So yes, let's see here. That's up to interpretation, Ernie. I think that's what I looked at it as. I mean, as a paranormal investigator, I think my first instinct is to take the fatalist view, the dramatic side of it. But I mean, I really don't know. But it was compelling enough for me to hear, like, who shot me? I don't know. I don't know that. And that's where I think we need to ask some questions tonight during the session. I don't want to make it all about a recap of last week, but I do think it's worth our time to kind of ask those questions, though, right? So, and thank you very much. I really appreciate that. There's nothing better. Carl, which one would you like to hear again? Let me know. Did you want to hear the who shot one again? Okay, and Chrissy, that's my voice. That's my voice. That's me ruining evidence, as per my rules of being a paranormal investigator, to ruin everything, because I just keep talking. Sometimes, I mean, I didn't hear that at all. What I was reacting to when I said, wow, the who shot took me by surprise when I heard it, but I didn't hear it as who shot. I just heard like a unique sort of voice that came through. And so that's my reaction to it. Why don't we play that one again? I'll play that one 3 times. No kidding, right? Listen, right? Let's hear that again, that last one. Here you go. I'll play it 3 times.
Wow.
Again.
Wow. Wow.
And the thing is, something that I need to keep in mind also is that perhaps it wasn't even said who shot at all. That's me saying it. You're probably hearing it because I have it listed underneath. I'm trying to be honest and fair about this. You know what I mean? But maybe it's not who shot, but I played it over and over again. And I certainly had that was what came to me. So that's my thought about it. Anybody who wants copies of the recordings to hear for themselves, then let me know. I'm more than happy to share and get a different perspective on it. Yeah, we can do the Juliet. I'll play that 3 times also.
Juliet,
Again.
Juliet, Juliet,
I mean, to me, that's very, very clear to me what that is, Juliet. And then I believe someone said that they had a Juliet that had passed away, that just passed away not too long ago. So I wondered that too, Ernie. I mean, I really did. And so that's where it's really, isn't that an interesting piece of recording? That's just really something. Elise, does that resonate with you? Is that you that wrote earlier about someone you know named Juliet passing away? Let me know if that resonates. And then let's see, who wanted to hear? Absolutely, absolutely. Let's see. Okay, Tim. Let's do the paralyzed again. The boy paralyzed. And that could be the Ovilus 4 just said result. So, and that could be two separate things also, but I'm going to play it here. The boy paralyzed. Here we go.
Paralyzed.
Again.
Paralyzed.
Finally.
Paralyzed.
So, interesting, huh? Interesting. So, have that. Let's thank you. I appreciate that. It's interesting how, you know, this is stuff, at least I didn't hear it on the original thing. Two voices, Chrissy. Yeah, I mean it, but I don't know. I wonder about that a little bit. And the reason why I do wonder about that is because I sometimes wonder if it was not coming through very well for the boy, and paralyzed came through better, because I still think that that's a female voice that says the boy. You know, your guess is as good as mine. Oh, Elise, I'm so sorry for your loss. I mean, and I don't know if you were watching last week. Perhaps the voice came through for you to hear. So that's really something. So, you know, that's thank you for sharing that. Thank you very much for sharing that. Okay, we're running behind. Why don't we get going here? We can talk more about stuff later. So yes, thank you for sharing that with me. First of all, let's take a look at the board as usual. First of all, we have, as usual, we have the REM pod going. We have the flashlight that we can ask Spirit to turn on. We have two Oviluses, Ovilus 5, which is in front here, which currently says ashes and difference. Behind is the Ovilus 4 that's been going off tonight, and that currently says result soccer her. Result soccer her. You're going to see over in the corner, we have the bell. I'm not putting my finger to it, close enough to it, because we want to not touch it so it could possibly move by itself. I know, right? Let's see, what else do we got here? We have the cat balls that they were both going off last week. Hopefully they'll go off again to us tonight. We have some Palo Santo. We have some frankincense. We have a couple pieces here. We also have St. Michael's metal, and it's all on a 100-year-old Ouija board. Speaking of Ouija boards, right? That's what we're hoping for, Suits. You said it. We're hoping that, you know, we just wanted to, I'm happy with it moving, but I'd love to see it ring. Something else that we haven't had in a long time either is the REM pod going off on its own. That would be really fun to see too. So Spirit, if you could please consider having that go off, we would greatly appreciate it. Just checking some of my other places here with comments. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Let's see here. I forget that the camera's on me, even though I'm not on the page right now. So, all right. Oh, I'm not even on the page. Amateur production, what can I say? Why don't we do this? Okay. And let's see. Let's talk to Spirit tonight. Let's talk to him. Let's get things going here. For those of you new, one of the things that we like to do is suggest protecting yourself, putting protection on yourself. The point here is that we're bringing in Spirit. I don't just turn on the box and ask for Spirit and hopefully it shows up. what I do is I ask spirit to come in. I use mediumship as best as I'm able to ask spirit to come in and talk with us. I ask them that I channel them and that they talk to us. But to do so, I also put protection on myself. I ask you to do the same thing. I'll walk you through it. Everyone does protection differently, but if you haven't done it before, maybe follow what I'm doing, and then you can find your own way to do it going forward. You do not have to do protection if you don't want to. That's up to you, but I'm always afraid of spirit attachments, and we don't want that, okay? You know, if you want to get your comment on screen, you just say stuff like this. That's all it takes. If you have like a technical question, you know, a real interesting question that would be a great thing to ask, it probably won't make it on. But something like this, when you say nice things about me, it's like immediately you get on. So just kidding. Well, I'm not, but I am. Okay, so feet on the ground. We're going to ground. Make sure your feet are touching. Your feet are now part of the earth. This is a way to make sure that everything is grounded. And when I say grounded, is that you're in a good spot. You may also just, if you just want to put your hand on their head and just with your feet on the ground and just feel calm. Okay, we want it to be calm. We don't want it to be anxious or anything. So we just want things to be like as good as they can be. So what we're going to do is you start with your heart, and what you do is you imagine a white light that emanates from your heart, and this is given by your spirit guides, by loved ones who passed, just by your own good vibes. And it's just good intention. You start off with good intention. And we're going to say what our intention is right now. We only want to speak to spirits of love and light. We don't want to speak to any spirits that are of anything less than that. We want our loved ones to come through tonight. If you haven't set that intention, please do so. We just want to have good communication. We want to speak to spirits that are good. So you start with that. And what happens is you just imagine that white light that's in your heart, and it just grows. It emanates from your heart, and it keeps growing and growing and growing and growing until just let it go for a second. Just let it grow. You might even feel the energy. You might even feel it. If you don't feel it, there's nothing wrong. Okay, you're not doing anything wrong. It's not that it's not working. It's not that you're evil. It just means that everyone does things differently. And I bet you the more you do it, what is that, Minnesota or what? I bet you that if you do it enough, you start to feel the energy. And what ends up happening is that it's completely covering you. And what I like to do then, when I feel like I have all that energy protecting me, all I ask is that you push it. And I never seen anyone else do this. This is just a Greg thing, I guess. You push it from to wall, up and down, because I think I have an area that I'm allowed to protect. I have a big furry cat. I have someone living in the basement. So I want to make sure that everyone is protected, okay? So that's protection. And we should be in a good spot. If you feel like that you need more, take more. But, I don't want you to give your energy. I want you to give your intention. That means that I do not want anybody to say, oh, you could take a part of me. Because when you're giving your energy, you're giving a part of yourself. That is not what we want here. We want your intention to go, because your intention is going to go farther than your energy. I guarantee it. Your energy is yours. That's what I have this equipment for. Take the energy from the equipment. If you need energy, take it from this small power plant that I put together for you. So now, being Mercury retrograde, I'm going to try one more time. This doesn't work. My recorder is not working. I put new batteries in, it doesn't work. I have one or two things I can do. I could take it and smash it on the floor like I'd like to, or I can, just have it over here and look at it later and use one of my backup. So, because it's like, why aren't you working? All right. Remember, folks, tag. GhostBox Live, January 30th. Kitchen. I know you probably think this beautiful set behind me is some like real amazing thing, but it's really just near my kitchen to my house. Okay. No, I mean, I end up having to hiding. My Ouija board is right next to me over here. You can see. I have to kind of hide this stuff when I have people come over. I don't mean like friends. I memean people who are working on stuff in the house. Like I had a appraiser come by once, and I keep this stuff up all the time. And he just stopped and just stared, and he's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "That's where that's where I sacrifice cats," as I told him. So, I don't know. That didn't seem to go over too well. Oop! I forgot something. Let me grab something here real fast, and see. My external speaker for my spirit box. Greg. No, it's not a Tascam. It's a Zoom. It's a very nice piece of equipment. It's a Zoom recorder. Everyone who just joined me, thank you for doing so. Thank you so much for taking part tonight. Let's see here. I vote smashing. I know, right? You would. So we're going to do this. Seriously, we are going to do this finally. What we're normally going to do, the SB7, the mass produced, and we are going to go backward sweep. Let's see what we get. Let's have great communication tonight, okay? Spirits, please channel through me and have your responses come through here, okay? Obelisk just went off. Just said shuttle. My name is Greg. And I'm going to turn this up. This does sound very loud. Of course, I'm talking over people. We're getting noise. We're getting words coming through. We just want to speak to anyone who wants to talk to us. I saw that. Do you want me to reach out to him? The bell's moving? All right, it is moving. But I will say this. Now, I am probably about 3 feet from it. Oh, God. Keep talking over it. About 3 feet from it. Maybe I made it move when I got up to get the speaker. We'll just keep our eye on it, okay? Now, can I ask you to speak as clearly as possible, please? How many spirits are in this room with me right now? Can I get a number, please? Let's check that bell. Yeah, it's not moving anymore. It makes me think it was me, okay? Now it's moving. Holy shit. Okay, that's not me. Look at that thing go. Can you tell me who's moving the bell, please? Can I get a name? Did I hear Daryl?
Okay.
Oh, something good there. Can you increase the speed of the bell? You're doing a great job with the bell. Can you make it move more, please? Here's Roland. Is your name Roland? You heard bell, huh? Did you tell us what the earth was that, huh? That's pretty awesome. You're moving the bell. Thank you. Can you move it enough so it rings? Can you give it enough energy so it will ring, so that we can hear it ring? Did you hear David, or did you hear Seth? I thought I might have heard David. Or did you hear Suits? See, I heard Daryl originally. That sounded like a lot of people. That sounded like a lot of people, that he said. And that sounded like something I talked over. So there's that. Is there a Daryl? Can you turn on one of the lights if your name is Daryl, please? Can you turn on that? Just move that ball and it will light up. Can you do that for me, please? That's interesting. Let me go back to somebody here who put in something, who asked for something. Susan, can you give me your mom's name, please? Then we can give it a try, okay? Christy says, what you talked over, thank you, sounded like a lady saying 19, responding to saying there's a lot of people. Is there a lot of people? A lot of spirits? Is that what you're saying?
I know.
Now that sounds like iHeart, so that makes me think that's radio. Let me just check something here. Okay, Susan, but what is your mom's name? If you want me to reach out to her, what is her name? Just listening. Oh, got it. Got it. You did put that in before. I just thought you heard the name. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's try. Hey, Rosie. I'm trying to reach out to you from your daughter, Susan. Did you call her Susie? Rosie, could you make yourself known to us, please? Can you make yourself known to your daughter? Could you come through here? Can you turn something on over here?
Sorry, Dad.
Can you say your daughter's name for us, please? Could you say your daughter's name, please? Could you possibly move the bell? Could you possibly move this for me, please? Nothing? You know, you're welcome to do it anytime you want. You got another sentence. I don't know what that is. Rosie, you can come through whenever you want, okay? Your daughter wants you. It sounds like it's, what, the 10th anniversary of your passing. She misses you. All right. Now, Denise heard her name. Sarah from Waverly Hills. We got you last week. We heard your voice. Are you here with us tonight? Hello. Sarah, if you're here, are you able to say something or make yourself known for us, please? Female voices came through. Amanda, I'm glad that you're hearing your name. I'm going to be honest, I personally have not heard your name, but if you're hearing it, I'm hoping that that's something that is good for you. Like if it's a voice that's familiar or something. She just said something, didn't she? Isn't that something?
Listen.
Sarah, are you in here with me right now? Little Chrissy here. Sarah, thank you for being here. We hear you. Is there anything you want to say to any of us? Or to Ernie and Denise? We're so happy that you came through here, okay? Love? You just say love? To me, that sounds like an extended love. Is that for Denise and Ernie? They love you. You know that, right? You thought it sounded like a hello? Okay. Something I wanted to address. Oh, that's right. Barbara, do you ever go by Barbie? The name Barbie showed up last week in our Spirit Box session, and I believe you were here last week, right? Let me know. If it's not, don't worry about it. I'm not trying to push something to fit in. But I did get Barbie. That's in my recording. Do we have any other loved ones here? Anyone related to anybody watching tonight? Process? Anyone who had passed, would you say? Yeah, I heard process myself. Interesting, the offer. Okay, because your name came through last week, Barbie. Okay, Susan, I'm glad that you wrote this. This is what you do. Number one, make sure that your feet are on the ground. Take some deep breaths. You may want to disengage from this Facebook, only not for a spirit reason, but just to be able to bring yourself back in, okay? Everything's okay. If it's spirit, if your mom is nearby, it's only love, okay? There isn't anything nasty over there. Just relax and take it in, okay? Like I said, if you need to disconnect from this broadcast, feel free to do so and collect yourself. Breathe, just breathe. Even once again, put your hand on your head and just ground yourself. And just breathe in and breathe out, okay? It's all good. There's nothing for you to worry about, okay? Good. And folks, if you're feeling anything during these, let us know. We're here to help, okay? And we don't want anything to happen to anyone, and nothing will. It's all good. All right. Is there a Robert here? Robert, can you come through for us, please? Oh. Yes, he's there. Robert, we thought we heard your name. Who are you here for, Robert? Can you give us your name, please? Her name, please?
You're great.
There was something like that, wasn't there?
Jane.
Let's see here. I'm going to ask just to get clarification. Robert, can you tell me who you're here for, please? That was a response. I'm pretty sure that was a response. I didn't quite hear it. Anyone else did? You heard Red. Interesting. Red, are you here? If you thought Red might have been here, we weren't sure. I do have a question myself, and that's simply this. I was told by a medium this week that there is an energy around my spirit box that somebody put there. Is this true? Is there somebody connected my spirit box now? I didn't get rid of you yet. I'm just curious. Can you answer me? Do you have the name of who asked you to be here? Can you give me that name, please? You can tell me. We're amongst friends. Quiet when I ask that. Hey. Red, who are you here for? Can you give us a name, please? Isn't it interesting? Last week, all this stuff was lighting up. We're not getting anything tonight, apart from the bell moving and the obelisk going off. That's just how it goes, though, isn't it? Is the bell moving? I don't feel like the bell's moving. Yeah, no, it's moving. There it goes. Look at that. Can you move it more, please? More. Okay, so Shell asked if there was a new word on the obelisk. There's new words on both obelisks. Words. On the obelisk 5, which is the one in front, they have Sally, 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 and me, M-E, me, okay? Who's me? Had an energy shift in here. When I ask who's me, there's an energy shift. Who are you? I feel it. Whoever put me there, what is your name, please? Then on the obelisk 4, it says the newest word there is thin. 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 Okay? The ghost of a robot. Please do. Me either, Tim. Me either. Okay, we just got another one through the obelisk. I think it said soldier. Let me check real fast. We had 2 words that came through. Murder, soldier on the obelisk 4. Murder, soldier. Is there a soldier here? Someone who... We're looking for any soldiers. Are you trying to reach out to us? Oh wow. Oh wow. Can I show that, Denise? Can I share that if I can? That is outstanding photo. Holy cow, that gave me the... Think something else came through? Child. On the same obelisk, child. Okay, folks, I want to show this to you if I can do this correctly. Denise just sent me a picture of what she thinks, what they believe is Sarah, okay? So let's see if I can get this right. All right, take a look at this. Do you see her through the doorway? That was at Waverly Hills. Okay? Look at that. Sarah, is this you? this picture right here I'm pointing to on the screen, right here where my finger is that you? Hey there. Thank you for joining. What the hell is that? All right, something moved. I thought it was Linus. It's not Linus. Wow. Oh, what is that, Denise? What did you just send me? What is that? And you mind if I share that one too? Christy, are you saying that you think you might have caught Sarah? Your FLIR cam, so the heat cam? Oh, interesting. Wow. Okay, so what we're going to show you, it may be harder to see this one. This is who Denise and Ernie believe is Sarah's murderer, okay? Yep, did you hear that? Yep. All right, I gotta, yep again. Wow. Let's try this. All right, this one's harder to see, but take a look. Very small. See, I might blow this up for next week. You see the outline there? I'm using my mouse to show you, but you can't see the cursor.
History.
And Christy, that's exactly what you're saying. Okay. It'd be interesting if you would share that with us some point. We can run it on here. So what this is, there was a picture. I'm gonna back this up, okay? We were talking about Sarah from Waverly Hills. She was murdered by a soldier. We had Denise and Ernie Pack took a picture of what they believe is Sarah. This is thought to be the picture of her murderer, okay? So let me see if I can do this real fast. So this is believed to be the murderer, okay? And this is believed to be Sarah. So let me try to share this, okay? And this is believed to be Sarah from Waverly Hills, which has a very personal connection. She has a very personal connection with Denise and Ernie Pack. So that's that, okay? Say I'm dead. I think we're going to have some very interesting responses to listen to. When we started talking about Sarah, everything started to get more vibrant. Wow. Is it?
And you are obsessive.
Wow. Okay. Christy is asking Denise, what can you tell us what floors those pictures were taken on? Like the picture of Sarah, what floor that was? Because she believes that she got Sarah on her FLIR camera. 5th floor. 5th floor, Christy. Room 504. Does that resonate with you? I swear stuff is moving in here now. Something's not right. It's okay if they want to talk about me. Oh, Denise is wrong.
He's true.
502. 502. 502. Bell's moving. Is there such a thing, Denise? I thought it was funny that came up when Denise had to correct herself. Unbelievable. Well, it's going to be interesting also because I felt like we were getting some aggressive talking when we were talking to Sarah, when we really delved into talking to her, and maybe I'm reading into it too much. But we'll hear it. I don't want to ask him if he's here because I don't want them to share the same space. Our focus is on Sarah, not him. Teresa, you keep talking about the bell, but honestly, I don't think it's moving. If it is, it's barely moving. Funny thing is, I'm thinking about myself when you write that. I feel myself getting much more anxious. Well, I'm not going to ask for it. Not tonight. I mean, I think he's here. I'm feeling an energy here that I'm not familiar with at all. And I'm getting very anxious over here myself. And you all know I don't get this way. So I'm going to have to clear this. Would it help you? Did you hear that? Would it help you? Christy, are you saying that the aggression, I mean, is this all kind of following suit to what you've run into there before too? Wasn't sure if the other way or the other one. But we're hearing the same thing. All right, let's just. But thank you for coming. We're going to wrap it up in a couple minutes anyway. There's another show that's going to start. No, I'm not bringing him in. It doesn't mean that he didn't come in already. My guess is that he follows her, right? Christy writes, it's crazy because I know exactly what's happening. All right. Just give me 1 second. Keep talking. Yep, Amber, I heard help too. Who is asking for help? Can you give me your name, please?
Here. Real quick.
All right. Let's cross some spirits over, okay? Now, since it was brought up, I'm not going to put up the comments, but someone asked if we could cross over. Sarah, Denise says that she doesn't want to. I'm certain that has been attempted. Sorry. I'm certain that's been attempted many times. It's kind of like going to Veliska. And, oh goodness, don't apologize. That's what this is for, so that we can all talk about stuff. All I'm saying though is that, like Veliska, people try to cross over the children and stuff there. Spirits, anyone who need to cross over tonight? I'm going to open up some light for you. Do you see it? I might have to cross over later. Okay, now it's coming out. I'm just not feeling it at the moment. On the outlet for timid, TIMID. Any spirits need to be crossed over? I can't. I'm going to do it again later. I'll probably do it privately. But I'm not going to be able to cross over spirits tonight. There's an energy in here that is foreign to me. We're just going to leave it at that. We're going to shut the session down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So when we do the grounding, normally we just do something to say we're closing the session. Before we close the session, we are going to reground ourselves, okay? And reaffirm our protection, okay? So just make sure that your protection's still there. Make sure that your armor is still with you, okay? And just think good thoughts. Make sure your feet are on the ground. Make sure that you're grounded, okay? Make sure that everything feels secure. Take deep breaths and just think about, pleasantries. Call in your spirit guides, call in your angels, call in whoever you need to, whether it is a pet that had passed away, whatever brings you the comfort that you need. And doing so already, I'm feeling better myself. So just do that. Have your water. So it's all good, okay? It's all good. But what we are going to do is remind everyone this session is closed. There is not, that no one should be reaching out to us unless you're a loved one or a close friend. But if you don't know, if you're a spirit and you don't know the person, you're not allowed to interact with them. This session is closed. I will be reopening this session next week. So we have that, okay? We're coming up on time here. I know that another show is going to start. We normally don't go this long, but playing that evidence kind of moves stuff along. Just said heavy, and that's kind of what it is like in here. I'm going to have to sage. So it's a very interesting night. Let's see here. Just before we go, anything else I want to remind you all about? So Jill asked, when's the second night going to be? I'm going to be doing these starting March 1st, also on Tuesday night. It's going to be on the Things Network at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's also going to be on It's Haunted Network, David Childers' network. And so I just been wanting to do a second night for a while, and apparently I don't have enough to do. So we're going to add a second night. So this was very interesting. It was good. I am glad, Tim. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I'm glad that this was, worth your time, because that's the one thing I'm always worried about, that it's worth people's time. So we're going to leave it at that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to talk about before we go. Once again, we've been talking about Sarah at Waverly Hills. Please go to savewaverlyhills.com. If the owners don't have control of it, everything that we did tonight, all that communication could go away, in the sense that the place that she loves, because Denise wrote in the comment, I didn't put it up, that she looks at Waverly Hills as heaven. We don't want anything to happen to that. Take the time, go to savewaverlyhills.com, sign the petition, please put a couple bucks in the GoFundMe to help with the legal fees. If you have any questions, I'm sure there's Save Waverly Hills on Facebook. Go like that page also, okay? So with that, and thank you. Thank you so very much. And thank you for all the other sharing you've been doing too. It's been really, really very helpful. And thank you, Jill. Thank you always for being there. Thank you for always helping us. Denise also says, PM us, we'll answer. If Ernie gets it, Denise will read it to him so that, he understands. Yes, just please do so. Everyone, there's some heavier things tonight. If you have any issues, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. And what's the wow for? I don't understand what the wow is for. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Thank you all very much. We'll be back next week. And don't forget also, please tune in to GhostBox Radio next week. Christy, Aaron, and I will be talking about our trip to Gettysburg. We'll be showing slides. No, we won't be, but we'll be talking about the cool stuff that happened while we were there. It's going to be cool. So please check it out. Thank you all very much. Have a great week, and we'll talk soon. Goodbye, everybody.